Thank you for rejoining us on the program. This is the Nigeria Watch, and we shall be going straight to take a closer look at what is a punch report of Kwankwaso inauguration of the new Nigeria People's Party campaign office in Lagos. The last time we heard of you was the failed marriage between the Labour Party and your party, the NNPP.
Oh yes, that was the last time we spoke,
Yeah. What happened? Let's take our minds back. What happened? Can you give us a wrap in 60 seconds? What happened? Why did that supposed merger fail?
Well, I have reacted to this severally, even on your program, this same program. I have tried to make Nigerians understand that it's important that they get to find out what really happened. There were 6 columnists around, the proposal. A lot of people vowed that it was never going to work. That's number one. Then number two, the people from the P2B side, the Labour Party side, they were not liberal enough. They just came in with a one-item agenda, and the agenda was simple, that they were not ready to listen to anything other than any arrangement that would, accepting arrangement that would make their principal the president, while His Excellency Musa Kwankwaso is the deputy. And we said, no, that's not the spirit of democracy. At least we should be able to speak. There are so many other issues that we needed to have taken into account, and dealt with extensively for us to have been able to arrive at a decision that is sound enough. But they had no opportunity for that. They had no room for that. They made up their minds on the blast of the whistle that it was a one-item agenda meeting, and we were just not disposed to that, and that was why the talks broke down. I've said this repeatedly on this same program. That's the situation.
It seems like the other party, the NNPP, had been working silently behind the scene. The other time we heard about the inauguration of your campaign office in Uyo, and now is Lagos. Where are you moving to next, and why the tactical approach?
We came out with a well-articulated approach, as you can see, and if you look very carefully at the 2022 Electoral Act as amended, for the first time in the history of our election, we have well over 5 months, of being on the field campaigning. That has never happened before. In our election, it has always been 90 days, but the new Electoral Act changed it to as much as almost 6 months and all of that. So imagine us commencing campaign now, and the election is in February. That's a long time. So we just felt that we needed to do something different, not the traditional thing that the parties had done in the past, going to capital cities of the states to gather people at the stadium to, make all sorts of promises which they never kept, So for the first time, we introduced a different approach. First, is what you see His Excellency Musa Kwankwaso doing now, which is what part of what took him to Lagos today, which is to properly inaugurate, not just to inaugurate, but to be sure that the facilities required for the campaigns as we try to hit the ground running are in place, which are the offices, as well as the manpower that is required to make the campaigns effective. So that's what you've been seeing. And one very striking thing is when you go to any part of the north, it's like a bomb, a heavy one. You see a sea of human heads and all of that coming to welcome him. And the argument people, mischief makers, have made all along is that why will he not come to the south to show this model? And from last week, we commenced operations across the southern states. It was in Akwa Ibom, yes, and at least what happened there is still fresh in your memory. And today, Lagos, that is, note that that is supposed to be the home state of the APC presidential candidate.
Yeah,
Look at the crowd that came out.
Talking about that, we're actually very shocked looking at the photographs, the aerial shot of the massive crowd that turned out. And Nigerians have come to realize that, these crowds keep coming for each of these political parties, as the case may be. And somehow, one alludes to the fact that they are rented crowds in any or all of these political parties. Was your own party also had to rent crowd to fill up your space?
No, first of all, let me completely disassociate my party from any allegations that have to do with parties renting crowds for outings such as the one we had in Lagos today. But then let me also get you to understand, I also get Nigerians to understand that the messages coming from these political parties are messages that are, supposed to get to the people. So you need to get the people out to be able to listen to the messages from the various candidates that are coming around to talk to them, and this would help them in a way to make up their minds on who to support and all. Remember that one good thing we have going for us now is the fact that for the first time, Nigerians have started interrogating the process. So coming out for events like this is a plus to our democracy because it's an opportunity for them to size up candidates as they move around the country. But like I tried to say in my recent comment, what you are saying is just inauguration of offices. Of course, we can see some parties who have already commenced rallies and all of that. And by the time we commence ours, I think the whole narratives will change, But what you are seeing now is just a tip in the iceberg where he goes from one step to the other to be sure that the facilities required for the campaigns are in place. So I was trying to say that what you saw in Lagos today shouldn't shock you because the interesting thing is that Nigerians are now asking questions and they are curious. They want to listen to all the candidates. But that is not to say that the crowd you saw today is rented. No, do we even have the money to rent crowds? It is those who have helped themselves, having run government for some time, the APC and the PDP, that have such money to throw around to rent crowds. So for us, wherever you see people come out to receive His Excellency, Musa Kwankwaso, these are genuine followers of the party. And that is the way it is.
Yeah, Agbo, just before you go, does this also answer the questions to the fact that your candidate, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, former senator, former governor, perhaps had thrown away the idea of the possible political romance with the All Progressives Congress candidate, talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So has he done that tension completely?
Has he ever contemplated that? The answer is no. It's just what you had them, flash across the media that time was the handwork of mischief makers who just felt that the man is the only man that intimidates them politically in terms of acceptance. The man is the man to beat, and the man is the only man with a very handsome CV, what Nigerians are really looking for. So I wasn't surprised, and of course, as expected, their data boys were also able to push it widely. But from that time till now, and until the end of the election, so far it's been so good. There are indications, as they can see clearly, that the man is not in this race. His Excellency Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso is not in this race to joke. He's in this race, with a passion to, rescue Nigeria from the mess it has found itself. So it's good to go business, and he's set to take over government. Nigerians will be happy again.
And finally, sorry for cutting you. And finally, is your party perhaps surprised at the speed with which the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, is advancing in his acceptability? Does it call for concern or some kind of a rethink for your party? Perhaps you could have pulled a string about it at the end of the day.
We are never intimidated by whatever any other. For us, it's democracy, and it's a game of number. People are, there in the race to see how they can get things done. How they can harness votes here and there to win. We believe that for every election, somebody has to win. And we are not intimidated by anybody's profile because as far as we are concerned, His Excellency Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso's profile is the profile to beat as far as what Nigerians are looking for is concerned. So we are not intimidated by anybody. We are also not worried, most especially those who are now boasting that they would deploy everything, including funds, into the field to overrun any party. For us, we are coming to Nigerians to get them understand that there is need for them to clearly define their future. Instead of submitting themselves always each time there is an election, they submit and then after that they go suffering and all of that. For us, that's not our focus on this, and so we are the party to beat. His Excellency Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, I can tell you, is the next president of Nigeria.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Agbo. Major, we look forward to having you in the studios one of these days, and of course, push a string about all of what your party is pushing forward to in 2023.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it.